Crypto Caesar Capital. It's 23rd of February. Just a very quick update for you. I'm just looking at the stablecoin market at the moment because I think a lot of people don't look at the stablecoin market enough nowadays. I think a lot of people are still looking at Bitcoin dominance, which I don't really think is a really reliable metric now, given all of the altcoins and given the power really and the huge market cap of stablecoins. And we can see here, excuse me, that currently the total market cap for stablecoins is around about 137.5 billion. Okay, that's quite a lot. And I think that we need to look at metrics around, stablecoin dominance rather than Bitcoin dominance to see really what's going on in the market. I'm not saying Bitcoin dominance is no good to look at, but I just think that really we should be looking at stablecoin dominance really to see what's going on in the market, because I think it gives us a good idea. So we've got a market cap of 137.5 billion, which is quite a lot. And if we look at the US dollar tether dominance chart, I think that gives us an idea of what's kind of going on in the market. Now, back in sort of 2018, 2019, the dominance of stablecoins was actually quite small compared to what it was back, what it is now, rather. So now we're looking at a dominance of about 6.64%, and at its height, about 9.47% at the bear market bottom in 2022 in November. But at the height of the bear market bottom back in 2018, it was only 1.93%. So going from 1.93% all the way up to, just shy of 10% is actually quite significant. It means that there is a lot more stablecoin liquidity in the market than there was back in 2018. Excuse me, got a bit of a cough. But essentially, what's interesting about this chart is that during the bear market bottom, it found USDT found a sort of an all-time high of dominance in the market at that point in 2018, and it was at 1.95%. And that was back in December of 2018 when Bitcoin was trading at about 3.5K, 3.2K at the bottom. But then what happened, as we all know, is once Bitcoin found its bottom, it slowly crept out of the bottom, and then there was a bit of a summer rally, and Bitcoin essentially went from its bear market low of 3.2K or so all the way to 14K. And the dominance, of course, dropped because, why is that? Because people were swapping or selling their USDT for Bitcoin. They were making that trade. And as they were making that trade, the dominance dropped. Okay. And it came all the way down. There was a wick to about 0.92%, but it held this trend line. But interestingly enough, it came all the way down. And this is where Bitcoin was. This was the top of the summer rally in 2019, around June time, where Bitcoin was trading at 14K. Then, of course, it dropped back and the dominance crept back up. But then, of course, there was a huge increase in US dollar tether. But this is quite interesting because it was trading up here at 1.95%. And then it came down, summer rally, 14K Bitcoin came all the way down to just shy of 1%. So we can see here now, this was the bear market low, in my opinion, back in November, where Bitcoin was trading in November 2022 at about 15K or thereabouts. And we can see that this is a kind of a double top pattern. If you were to invert the chart, it would look like a really clean double bottom pattern. But essentially what's happened here is that we've had this double bottom pattern. It's come back up to retest this trend line here, and it's a failed retest. It's what I would say is a bearish retest of this trend line, and now it's breaking down slowly. Okay, so Bitcoin was trading at 15K here, okay, and now in my view, it's going to come down, potentially test this trend line, because it's tested this trend line quite a few times. Once in November 2018, once in June 2019, once in February 21, again in April 21, again in November 21, and I think it's going to come back down at least test these these levels here. First level 5.5%, next level 4.9%, and then the trend line is here at the moment is around about 4.32%. Now, interestingly enough, if Bitcoin comes down to this 4.23% or so, back in April of 2022, Bitcoin, when the US dollar tether dominance was at 4.32% at the bottom of this trend line, Bitcoin was trading at 40K. So I think it's reasonable to assume that if we come back down and we test this trend line, the most likely scenario is Bitcoin will be trading in the higher 30s or lower to mid 40K range. Anyway, that's just an interesting metric I'm looking at. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall speak to you all soon. Thank you very much for listening.